Thatcher, just coming back from that road trip, what has to be the focus during this home stretch?
Got to win.
For you personally, it looked like you kind of hit the ground running in those 3 games, that there didn't appear to be a lot of rust. How comfortable were you coming back?
I mean, you're never really comfortable coming back, but, that's just part of it. So you just got to trust in your preparation. Sometimes you feel comfortable with how much prep you had, or maybe you don't, but at the end of the day, you got to put your best foot forward and compete as much as you can.
For you, is it important in these final 8 games to get as much action in, or how do you view what these games mean to you?
Well, we're trying to win. That's what we're thinking about.
Belcher, can you describe what the season's been like for you? You've gone through injuries before, but it just finding your groove, it hits you again. What's it been like?
I'll reflect on that a little bit with you guys at the end of the year, but we're focused on playoff push right now.
Did you feel in the last, in the 6 weeks you were out, you were able to maybe do some of the work that you couldn't do in the off season to kind of?
Yeah, for sure. That was part of the process, was not only just rehabbing, but making sure that we were kind of identifying things that I had to improve, just overall. And obviously it was just a 5 or 6 week window, so there's still some work to be done for sure. Things I feel that I can get better at. So, but that was definitely part of the focus. Yeah.
Is it now in your mind, math-wise, just kind of must win? Like you look at 8 games and.
Yeah, I mean we know what position we're in. It's not necessarily a favorable one, but we got to focus on one game at a time. And you never know. These things can change quick, and we win one tomorrow and focus on the next one, maybe get one then, and see how things unfold.
There was a lot of debate in the last 2 games where you and Kevin split the games about how much, which one you should play, which one he should play. Did you have input in that?
I'm not going to comment on what went into it. At the end of the day, that's Talk's decision. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
With the injuries you guys have right now, how impressed have you been with the increased roles and the way that some guys have stepped up with the opportunity? Yeah, we're all proud of the guys that have stepped in. I think as a group we've been through a lot this year, and it's obviously not an easy situation right now with some of the guys out, but I feel like our effort's been there every game. We haven't mailed it in. We're not using it as an excuse. We're showing up every night and giving it a solid effort. So. Really proud of the guys coming together and, trying to get some wins here.
How much do you relish this challenge, Thatch?
Yeah, these are the games we want to play in. So, like I said, we're in a tough spot here, just trying to get some points on this homestand, and we're probably going to need some help to get into the playoffs here. And all we can really focus on is what we can control. And these are the games that are fun and the games that mean something.
You talked about it, but does it have to be a game-to-game mentality rather than looking at the bigger picture and the number of games left and all of those sorts of things? Yeah, I think, that's your mindset throughout the whole year. If you look at an 82-game schedule, that can be overwhelming. So it's the same thing now. We got 8 wins, or 8 games that we're pretty close to needing all of them. But you can't win them all tomorrow. So we'll focus on one at a time.
Viewing life now in terms of must win?
Yeah, I feel like we've been like that for, at least a couple, 2 weeks. So just need to win tomorrow.
For you personally, you've played a lot of minutes since you've come back from injury, even more than you did before. Are you feeling the effects of that at all?
No, I expect to be at my best tomorrow and help us win a game.
How impressed have you been with the younger guys that have really stepped up, especially in the last few?
Yeah, everyone's, got to do their job and continue to do so. And I feel like guys are stepping in and, trying their best, and can appreciate that.
Building on that, what do you make of how this team has withstood a lot of injuries and a lot of adversity this season?
Yeah, it's been a lot of adversity for sure, but in saying that, whether, we're at right now, and all we need to focus on is winning tomorrow.
With the guys who have been called up from the AHL, what have you seen in terms of their preparation and how they treat practice?
We haven't really practiced much, to be honest, yeah.
Are you impressed with their readiness? There's been a lot of them in the last couple of weeks that have been put in, I think 5 guys, but they all seem to look like they belong.
Yeah, they're not easy to come in at this, point in time, but they're competitive and they want to help be the solution to get us into a playoff spot, so it's good.
Where are you at health-wise now compared to, when we last saw you on the trip? Just you thought you wouldn't be 100% at any point this season. How are you feeling?
I feel like I'm 100%.
can you say about Hughes Suter and what he's meant to this group this year and the increased role that he's had to play here with some of the injuries you guys have had down the middle?
Yeah, he's been fantastic. I mean, really has been stepping up, terrific, competitive, both ends of the ice, and he's been a great player for us this year, really has been.
Talked about Suter almost being like another assistant coach with the way that he prepares and is a system guy. Have you seen that in practice as well?
Yeah, I think he's kind of just throughout the 2 years that he's been here, he's kind of a, not a smaller guy, but he's had to rely on his hockey intelligence, and he's not the fastest guy or strongest guy, but he really seems to know the game. He's got good sense. He's competitive. He penalty kills, face-offs, power play. And obviously, whatever he's got, 22, 23, 24 goals.
Playoffs?
The Joker says to Batman, this is what happens when an immovable force meets an unmovable object.
An unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Generational talent.
Thanks for liking the video and subscribing.